Hey you guys, it's me again, and today we're gonna be talking about intentions. So, this is a subject I like a lot because I feel like, in a way, intentions are very much defined by our patterns in the past and how we've lived our life and what's our perception of ourselves in this theater called life, and what role are we playing in our current reality. And the thing about the present is that it's defined by the patterns we've been carrying in our past. And sometimes we are trapped in this cycle of repeating ourselves and repeating these failure relationships and repeating our patterns in life. A few days ago, I was practicing. I practice Ashtanga, and I was practicing at home, and I was really concentrated and I was really living in the moment. I was there, and I stopped and I felt like, wow, this practice is really being meaningful for me. I'm really in this moment and I feel really present. But that also made me realize how shallow my practice can be sometimes, and how shallow a lot of the projects that we do in our daily lives seem to just like happen, and we're not really there in the present moment. We're just like doing stuff, and that can be very harmful because that means that when we're in automatic, we're not really controlling what's happening in our minds. And the mind is a very tricky machine, because we think we control our thoughts and we think that we're in control of our actions, but a lot of those actions are defined by unhealthy patterns that we carry from our past. And a way of breaking those patterns is setting intentions, because when you have a goal to achieve, you're going to identify what is stopping you. And what's stopping you is usually your own patterns. Of course, there is situations in life and situations in society that makes us feel that we're not playing in the same advantage as others, and that's something we have to fight against. But when we're talking about how you experience and how you react to life, that is something you can control, and that is something you can look forward to, and you can really set a goal to direct your life to that path that you want in your life. So setting your intentions is a very personal practice. It can be done regularly, it can be done daily. You can set your intentions for the day, you can set your intentions for a long-term goal, you can set your intentions for a month or for a specific project. But what's really important is, as I gave the example of my practice, is that they are not shallow. They have to really mean something. It's not like my intention is to lose weight and that's all I'm gonna do. That's the only intention and that's what's behind it. That is not true. You have to think, what brought you to that point? How am I experiencing it right now? And why do I want to achieve this? Is it because my unhealthy patterns are telling me that this is the ideal image that I have to achieve with my body? Is it because I want to be healthy? Those are two very different reasons that you can compare and see next to each other and say, like, this is an unhealthy pattern and this is a healthy pattern. You know what I mean? So you really have to think why you are setting this intention. So for that, I prepare a tiny kit that you're gonna do to set your intentions. You can do this by meditating as well, but I like to do it physically, because I feel like when you manifest something physically, it feels more grounded. Mostly if you're not doing this as a regular practice, at least for me, this is how I do it. It doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you, but it's the way I like to do it. And since it's my video, we're gonna do it this way. I'm joking. So this is what I wrote. I put my intention is, and you're gonna write your intention next to this text. And then I want you to write past, present, and future. And why are we doing this? There is this symbol that I love from Guatemalan textiles, and women use always embroider it in the huipils, which is the traditional blouse for the Mayan women in Guatemala. And it's the two-headed eagle. And it's an eagle that has two heads, and one is looking to the future and one is looking to the past. And this symbol represents duality, and it represents balance. And what happens with this analogy is that the way we experience our present is very much defined by what we live in our past and our expectations for the future. And this is something that it's very intricate and related to how we have experienced our lives, because a lot of the things that we expect from our future are defined by our healthy or unhealthy patterns in our past. So I want you to write your intention, and I want you to write, where do you think this intention is coming from? So for example, if I'm asking the universe abundance because right now I'm broke and I need money and I don't know what to do, I want you to write in your past, very shortly, what do you think brought you to this moment? It can be because of an unfair situation. It can be because you were surrounded by unhealthy people or people that are not supporting you in your dream. It can be because you've been lazy. Whatever you want, I want you to be very honest with it. It doesn't have to be something that is like, it feels like it's your fault. It can be something that it's environmental related. You know what I mean? So I want you to write, what do you think brought you to this moment when you need from your past, when you're asking in your present, I need this for my life. I need this to move on. So once you wrote your past, I want you to write your future. And I want you to write, what exactly do you want to achieve with this intention? So if you're asking the universe, let's stick to the abundance intention. So you're saying, I want abundance, I want more opportunities coming my way, I want more opportunities in my life that are gonna be great financially for me. So I want you to write in your future, what do you want to achieve with it? Why do you want these opportunities? Is it because you want to succeed in life? Is it because you want to do something meaningful with yourself and to help others? I want you to really think of a non-selfish or ego-based feeling for your future. Because when things in yoga, they usually tell you to be grateful at the end of your practice and to dedicate that practice to a purpose, to do your practice with a purpose other than yourself. So you don't have to practice yoga thinking like, oh, I want a hot body. You have to think, I want the world to be peaceful. So I'm working on myself to be able to be better with others, so others can see that and try to be better with others as well. I cannot ask for people to be nicer in the world if I'm not being nicer to them. So that's just an example of how you can set an intention that is beyond you and beyond your own needs, even though you're doing this for yourself. So it's this bigger future. And then I want you to write in your present. So we first did the past, now we did the future. And I want you to write in your present, what is the first step I can take to start walking towards this direction? So what is the first thing that I can do to start walking towards the future? It can be the most simple thing as writing this intention. That can be a first step. That is already a first step. It's saying like, I'm manifesting to the universe that this is what I want. That's a first step. But I want you to write in your present moment, what if there's something else that you feel that you can do right now to start walking towards that future and to achieve that goal. These 3 steps are very important because that's the way we create balance in our intentions. It's not just saying this is what I want, it's what brought me here. Why do I want to achieve this? And what's the first thing I can do to start walking towards that? And as you write this, I want you to wrap it. So we're gonna do a tiny roll with it. Once you have your intention, I already wrote it. I wrote my past and my future. And I want you to grab a red ribbon. And you know how like you sometimes put something in your wrist to remind yourself of something? It's like, okay, I don't want to forget this meeting, so I'm gonna put this in my finger to remind myself that I have to do this at this time. So this ribbon is gonna be working like that. It's gonna be your bound to this intention. It's gonna remind you that this is here for a reason and that you are asking the universe and manifesting that this is gonna happen. And I want you to wrap it. We want to wrap it as much as we can. As we wrap it, we keep saying that this is going to happen, that I believe that the universe is going to give me this that I'm asking for. And then I want you to grab it. It can be a vase, it can be a bottle, it can be whatever you want. We're going to set our intention there. I'm going to put some flowers to make it look beautiful. So it looks good in my house as well. And I'm gonna close it. So this is like a time capsule. And I want you to grab your crystal and your time capsule. And you're gonna light a candle. And I want you, I don't have a light here. I don't know why I didn't bring one, but I want you to grab a candle and I want you to meditate on it. And your meditation can really be a method that works for you. It can just be repeating yourself that this is your intention, like affirmations in the mirror, you know, when people do that, it's like, you are great and you're gonna achieve this. That can be a form of meditation. Or it can be you sitting quietly and just thinking and really believing that the universe is gonna give you this that you're asking for. It can be during your yoga practice. If you practice yoga, you keep thinking about this intention that you set. And I want you to do this daily. I want you to think and to attract this intention that you set to your life. And after a while, it could be a week, it could be a month, I want you to open this again. I want you to open your time capsule. And I want you to see if something during this period of time, let's say a month, because a week it's too short to be something that is actually real. But let's say a month of you really putting the work to set your intention. And I want you to open this again in a month. And I want you to see what has changed in this period of time from the things that were happening in your past. If you have done something differently to move forward in your present to that future, like what actions besides the first one you wrote have you actively taken to achieve that goal? And I want you to see if you have achieved that goal or if you're closer to that future that you wrote. You can choose the time. It can be 2 months, it can be whatever you want. If it's a long-term goal, you can leave it there for a year and really set your intention. And once you achieve it, I want you to open this again, because sometimes we forgot what we wrote. So it's very good to go back and see, this is a pattern that I identify in my past. This is the first action I wrote, and I've taken this amount of actions to move forward towards my future, and I achieved this goal, or this didn't happen. And I really want you to write if it happened or not, because this is a very good method to remind yourself that you have the power to control your life as well. It's true that there's a lot of things out there that makes us feel that we're not in control of our future, but the way you react to them doesn't really define you as a person. So you can change that. You can change the way you are the actor in this theater called life. So let me know in the comments, what do you think, if you're already setting your intention, if you have a different method of achieving your goals and applying this law of attraction of the universe to your life. And let me know if you enjoyed this video, and if you want more, if you have other subjects that you want for me to talk about, crystals or meditation or intentions, let me know in the comment section below. And also, if you have any questions regarding, like, if I want to use a crystal, because here I use a white quartz, but you can ask me if I want to use a crystal to achieve abundance, which one would be better? Then I would tell you, like, okay, let's use a tiger eye, and you can set this with different intentions as well. It doesn't only have to be abundance, it can be a spiritual connection, then you can use an amethyst. It can be fixing my relationship with my family and my husband or my wife or my boyfriend, then you can use a white pink quartz. So you can really use different crystals for it. So you can ask me if you have any questions regarding that. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope all your dreams come true.